Looking back now, it's hard to believe how quickly everything unraveled with Daniel. I'm Olivia, 32, and as I sit here in my childhood bedroom in Dallas, I can't help but laugh, but not the happy kind. It's that bitter laugh you let out when life has turned out so differently than what you once pictured for yourself. I met Daniel at my friend Rachel's housewarming party. She had just bought this gorgeous little townhouse, the kind of place I used to imagine myself owning someday. Walking in, I felt a wave of envy, not just for the house, but because Rachel seemed to have it all figured out. She had her dream career, a fiancé who adored her, and now this picture-perfect home. Meanwhile, I was still single, exhausted from dating apps, and secretly convinced love wasn't in the cards for me. And then I saw Daniel. Tall, dark hair, that kind of quiet confidence that naturally drew people in. But what really got me wasn't his looks. It was the way he listened. Really listened. He cared about what I was saying, not just waiting for his turn to talk. That night, we lost track of time in conversation, and when I left, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Hope. Maybe, just maybe, I had finally met someone who wouldn't be another disappointment. For a while, he was exactly that. He was good to me. Too good, if I'm being brutally honest. He was always present, both physically and emotionally. He made me feel secure, loved, safe. Things I thought I had always wanted. We moved quickly, but it never felt rushed. Within a year, we were engaged, and a year later, married. It should have been everything I dreamed of. But somewhere deep inside, I started confusing his stability with boredom. His patience started to look like complacency. His steady love felt predictable. He wasn't spontaneous. He wasn't the type to whisk me away on an unplanned trip or sweep me into some whirlwind of drama and passion. Instead, he was reliable. He remembered how I took my coffee, brought me flowers just because, and thought ahead so I never had to worry. And instead of cherishing that, I resented him for it. At first, it was small things. I'd tease him about being too nice, roll my eyes when he double-checked if I needed anything, laugh with my friends when they joked that he was more like a husband than a boyfriend. I let it slide, even encouraged it, because secretly I wondered if I had settled. Had I chosen comfort instead of excitement? Security instead of passion? That question started as a whisper in the back of my mind and slowly grew louder until it consumed me. The night everything crumbled was so ordinary, it still shocks me how fast it changed everything. We were at a casual dinner party, sitting with friends, sharing wine and stories. Someone brought up love, whether it was fate or just timing, and before I even realized what I was about to do, I laughed and said, honestly, if I could do it all over again, I probably wouldn't have married Daniel. The second the words escaped, I knew I had destroyed something. The room went dead quiet. My stomach dropped, and then I looked at Daniel. His face was blank, his grip tightening on his glass. Wow, he finally said, his voice low but cutting. Good to know. I tried to backtrack, to explain, but it didn't matter. His eyes weren't angry. They weren't sad. They were empty, and that was worse than anything else. That night, he didn't argue. He didn't yell. He just went to bed without another word. I told myself we'd talk in the morning, that he'd shake it off like always. But when I woke up, he was gone. His closet was half empty, his toothbrush missing. On the nightstand, next to a framed honeymoon photo, was his wedding ring. I froze, staring at it, unable to catch up with the reality that he wasn't coming back. I called. No answer. I texted. Nothing. Days passed, then weeks, and slowly I realized this wasn't just space. This was the end. And the worst part? He didn't just walk away. He moved on. I was still stuck in disbelief, replaying every moment, while Daniel was rebuilding his life. I saw it with my own eyes one afternoon downtown. He was sitting at a cafe, smiling, laughing. Across from him was a woman who was everything I wasn't. She carried herself with ease, self-assured, no trace of doubt in her. And the way he looked at her, it was the way he used to look at me, like she was his whole world. For a moment, I wanted to storm over, remind him of what we had, of the life we built. But I didn't, because deep down I knew I had already lost him, and truthfully, I had never deserved him. Regret doesn't slam into you all at once. It's slow creeping, a poison that seeps into your bones until one day you wake up and realize you ruined everything yourself. I had something rare, something real, and I let it slip away because I was too blind to see it. Daniel didn't leave because he stopped loving me. He left because he finally understood I would never love him the way he deserved. Now, he's out there building happiness with someone else. And I'm here at my parents' house, surrounded by echoes of who I used to be, wondering how I could have been so foolish. They say you don't know what you have until it's gone. But that's not true. Sometimes you know exactly what you have. You just don't believe you'll ever lose it. And when you do, it's already too late.